Welcome, this is a 1-month review for the Starlink internet. We live in a place within the Philippines that no other service is provided here. So we had to go with Starlink. We already tried going to Converge, which is the major internet service provider here in the Philippines, but they don't provide service here. So what we did was we went online, looked at Starlink, we ordered it. It took about 2 weeks to arrive here, and it cost 14,000 pesos for a refurbished model or 28,000 pesos for a new kit, and it arrived in about 2 weeks. As far as installation goes, it was super easy. It was plug and play. Some guy up the street who had a ladder called him over and gave him 500 pesos to climb up on the roof and put the dish up there. So the dish does need to be somewhere where there's no obstruction whatsoever. You have an app that you can kind of scan the sky and then see how your signal, or if you're gonna have interruptions or not with your Starlink. So straight on top of our roof, no interruptions in the sky or in the area around. And the dude just put it up there. Comes with a router, you plug the router into the wall, and that's it. It's plug and play, essentially. So as soon as you get that plugged in, you have your dish placed on whatever location you want that doesn't have any obstructions. You just hit start on your app, and then you have internet. Wi-Fi's done. So installation was super easy and quick. As far as the reliability and speed goes, it's also been really good. So as someone who works fully online and also plays computer games, I do want to have pretty decent internet speed, and so that was important to me. I have tested it with online internet speed testers during lightning storms, just heavy downpours of rain, and also as well as on nice sunny clear days. So I'm going to talk about kind of the experience with reliability, how it's been over the last month. And I'm really happy to say there's been next to no interruption in the service whatsoever. However, it does fluctuate. So in really nice weather, you can get up to around 200, 220 megabytes per second. And that's on a standard plan, which is 2,700 pesos per month, which is slightly higher than we were paying with normal Converge, the other main service provider here in the Philippines. But it's not that much more. It's pretty comparable to the pricing of other standard Philippines internet service providers. 220 in really good weather, up to that. But as far as the thunderstorms, really heavy downpours it does go down. So I've tested it in the middle of a big storm, and it gets as low as 30 to 50 in that range. So 30 to 50 megabytes per second, which is still decent enough. It gets the job done. So I'm still using the internet during that time, and it's fine. It's not getting completely blocked out. So I'm still getting service. It's still all right. And I haven't had any complaints. It's been better than expected. There's no service interruptions. It's really good. Now, I just ran a few tests on some internet speed testers. And so let's take a look on my screen here. The first one I have up is Ookla. And this is just a random speed tester I saw online, 136.4 megabytes per second. I also ran this one right now. It's 240 megabytes per second. And then I ran this one here, 122.4. So you can kind of see there's a range there. It's over 100 megabytes per second, that's for sure. And apparently up to 240 on this side. Who knows how accurate these are, but it's just kind of a good way to gauge if our speed is any good or not, and seems to be pretty decent. So let's just take a look at what the router looks like, where it's plugged in on the other room. If I'm in the room with the router, I do get better service. So I'll get a much faster speed tester run if I do it right next to the router, opposed to if I'm in a separate room altogether, which is to be expected. That's kind of how it always works with any router. And then we'll show you outside on the roof where it's placed. Let's go over there. All right, so this is where we have the router in the other room. This is what it looks like. It does look really cool, I must say, not that that matters, but cooler than the normal routers that I've seen. And then we have a cord running that's up through a hole in the window here. So that goes to the roof where the actual dish is located. So we'll take a look from the outside, showing you where it's on the roof. It's just really just slapped straight on top of the roof and drilled in. So let's take a look. All right, so on the roof, it's located, the dish, right up on that corner. You can't actually really see it from this angle, but essentially the installation cost was paying some guy who had a ladder up the street from here about $9, 500 pesos, and took about 20 minutes. He drilled it onto the roof, and then it was plug and play from there. So really super easy to get installed. You can take a look this direction just to kind of see the landscape of this area. It's kind of remote, so that's why there's no other internet service providers in this area that are offering us service, which is why we had to go Starlink, and I've been really happy with it so far. So this is kind of the area around here. It's just hills and trees. So that is why they don't offer service here. They just aren't connected for it in this area. So even in this area, through the rain, storms, lightning, it's been holding up just fine as far as I need it to. So it's good. Highly recommend.